Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today the PMDG 737 has officially gone available for purchase, but I'm going to give you guys a couple reasons why you might want to hold off for a minute. If you are interested in acquiring any of my overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. Okay, folks, so as I said, the PMDG 737-700 has been released and is now available for purchase on PMDG's website. However, they've run into a couple of hiccups, and the reason why I'm posting this video is not by any means to put PMDG in the ground in any way, shape, or form. They are a fantastic developer, and I guarantee are doing a fantastic job at trying to get this all together. However, it would seem, based on my software experience and my understanding of how all this operates on the back end, that their servers are probably being pounded right now. And what that is causing is a delay in both the email link. So let's back up. The purchasing process is you log in, you go to buy now, you purchase the aircraft, and then you have to wait and monitor your email box. Then an email will arrive in your box from PMDG with the licensing information as well as a link to download the aircraft. Now, that first email for many people is taking an exuberant amount of time to be received. And then once you click the link to download the aircraft, like myself, there is no download link available. To understand this further, guys, there are multiple servers that are handling the purchasing. Then there are multiple servers that handle the email server to actually send the email out and generate the email. Then there are servers that actually have to update the account information in the database to reflect that the aircraft has been purchased. And then another software or process is then responsible for creating the download link. Keep in mind, guys, this is probably the most anticipated aircraft since the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator. People have been begging for a 737 ever since its release. I remember when it first launched, everybody was in an uproar. There was a much debate on why they went with the A320 versus the 737. And really, that just comes down to preference, what that comes down to. But the 737 is a very iconic aircraft, and it's something that everyone has been waiting a long time for. My reasoning behind mentioning that is that, again, their servers, I guarantee, are being hammered. So there is going to be a delay. You can only anticipate so much. And with software, you think that you've tested, you can only test it so far. There's only so many ways to test the load on the servers and to make sure that they can handle the workload. And for all we know, there could have been a secondary or third issue that came up that is preventing things from running the way they should. So the reason why I put this video out is to give you guys the heads up. If you really want to have a very smooth and easy experience, I would recommend waiting at least a few hours, if not until tomorrow, before purchasing the aircraft. That way you don't have to deal with the frustration of waiting and constantly clicking refresh, going back and linking and just trying to jump into the aircraft as quickly as possible. With that being said, the live stream that we had planned for tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is also going to be delayed until tomorrow. I will be going live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on May the 10th, 2022 with the PMDG 737-700, assuming all the issues has been resolved. Again, I have absolutely no ill will or no hard feelings towards PMDG. I hope this video does not convey that at all. I can completely understand, from my software background, very likely what is happening. And hopefully this sheds a little bit of light and gives you guys a little bit more patience as well. I know this was a very exciting day. Again, I do not fault PMDG for this. This is a very large purchase. Everybody has been waiting for this aircraft, especially since the final price point was significantly cheaper than much of us anticipated. I myself expected $100 to $150, and it turned out to be significantly less than that. So let's just give PMDG the pat on the back they deserve, guys. Things happen. And I think it's just important right now to keep everything calm and collected, monitor their forums for the issues to be resolved. I'll have a link to those down in the description below if you guys are interested in. But again, just anticipate that some of these issues may be may impact your ability to fly the aircraft right away if you are like myself and were waiting to click that button and jumped all over it the second it was available, and then find yourself unable to actually download the aircraft. As I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm going to try the link one more time, and yeah. So now we are getting an error that says, please try again. The web page is experiencing a large amount of traffic. Their servers are being bombarded. So just keep that in mind. Give them some time, guys. If you do buy it right now, wait a couple of hours. Go watch a movie, hang out with the fam, whatever it may be. You know, maybe plan for tomorrow like I'm going to. But they're just, it's the load, okay? You got to remember, they're not designed or set up to handle that kind of load. Something like Microsoft Flight Simulator is, right? Microsoft Flight Simulator is designed to maintain a high traffic level 24/7. A PMDG site or like Sim Market or anything like that, any of those places, they're not designed or expecting large volume like this on a regular basis. And I guarantee the volume is probably far larger than what they had anticipated. I mean, you can only anticipate so much. Anyway, my purpose of this is just to set the expectation if you try to purchase it right now, and give PMDG a little bit of time. And I guarantee everything will be ironed out within the next, I would say, like I said, I'm going to give them 24 hours. I'm going to give them about 12, 16 hours, what I'm going to do. But I am personally planning on flying the PMDG tomorrow to give them time to iron everything out. So still super excited. One more day after, all the time that we've waited for a fantastic aircraft isn't really going to bother me much. Hopefully it puts some of you guys at ease, having a little bit of understanding of how things work on the back end. It's just, I guarantee, man, they've got a vehicle there that's being run way past its RPM limits, and there was only so much you can do to test it. Building those kind of servers and setting up that kind of infrastructure takes a lot of manpower, a lot of money, and you can only do so much before you're just tossing money at it. At the point where it reaches a price point where it's no longer equitable to continue to do so. You just have to ride out the storm, essentially, in this case. So give them time, guys. I'm sure everything will be fine. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.